Hi, everybody. I think this is recording, so I'm going to go ahead and do my party planning. This is the party planning envelope I use. I use either the envelopes or the folders, whichever I have around. And if I don't have either of those, I go ahead and I just use an envelope and I make it look nice. I don't worry or stress about the envelope itself. It's what's inside that's important. I have all my information, not only my name, but I also have on here, I need to look at to see, my title. I have on here our address for our office, and it talks about Tupper Fun Night Tuesdays, and it has the address, and then it has my phone number, my website, and my email address. So all my information's there. And then I do a 5-star host. And I got this idea from another business leader, and then I just kind of tweaked it for myself. So that's what's on the outside of my envelope. Inside my envelope, it's a little bit different now because there's 2 catalogs. So I'm just going to pretend that there's 1 catalog. Just know that with it being 2, if I was party planning someone and the party is going to be held and closed and transmitted between now and next Friday, I would be adding in several of the new catalogs also. Okay. So with this one, we have 4 catalogs. I have 3 catalogs, and they all have my name on them, and inside they all have the sale flyer. Those I put inside there just like that, and I put in the envelope. Then I put in my host envelope, and you'll notice it has my sticker, but it also has the same sticker that's on the front of the party planning packet, so that my host knows that this is hers. Inside here I have our perfect party sheet, and the perfect party sheet I'm going to go over in a minute. Then I have these 60 days could change your life, the 2 pages. Then I have 40 guests in 4 minutes. Then I have the sale flyer. And then I have this. For order forms. So it's 8 order forms taking up 2 pages. So that's in the host one. So I put all of that in the host catalog in that order. And so I know what I'm doing. These ones are in like this. This one is in like this. So when I go to get out my catalogs, you can see 3 bindings and then 1 that's open. So the open one I pull out, and I simply say, "Hey, Ellen, thanks so much for dating a party with me. I really appreciate it. Not only are you putting me in business, but you're also really helping out your host, John, to be able to get the host credits and the gifts and stuff that he works so hard for. So I have for you a party planning packet, and on my 3-week calendar, I see that you picked out next Thursday, so double catalogs. So we're going to throw some of the new catalogs in here, but this is the catalog that's going away, so I want to make sure that you have enough of these, because there's some items going away that you're really going to want, and so are your friends. So there's 3 catalogs, and each of them have all my information on the outside, and they have that sale flyer. So I want to make sure that you have enough to pass around. Maybe your husband could take one to work, or your mom or your sister, someone who is, even if they're booking a party from you, they can still pass this one around because it ends on Friday, the day after your party. So really, they could pass this one around. You wouldn't have to worry about it hurting your sales because there's new items in the new catalog. So this is the one you'd give to them. So those are for passing around, and I'm putting them in your packet with the spine up. Then we have your catalog. Your catalog is the most awesome catalog. This sticker is on the front of your packet, and it's also here. And you saw that John got several gifts from me, and it's pretty exciting when you can get multiple of those dating gifts. So what we have here is you picked out next week, and that is August 30th. So we're putting date and hold on the original date of Thursday, August 30th, and I'm putting that on the packet and your catalog. And then thinking about friends you're going to be inviting, 5 to 10 guests in attendance. That makes a super good party when you can have 5 to 10 guests in attendance. There's enough good energy in the room for when we play Who Knows the Host Best. There is the opportunity for me to get lots of datings for you. So 5 to 10 is a good number to shoot for. And then looking for 5 to 10 advanced orders. So thinking of the people that you are inviting and they can't attend, always ask them, of course, if they want to book their own demonstration, because that helps you out so much, and also if they'd like to place an order for your party. Then we have 2 datings, whether they're outside datings before I arrive or they're datings at the party. When we close out your party Thursday night, when we have 2 datings in my date book, you get an extra gift. And then we have the perfect party. A perfect party is when you can pick any host gift that you want to. So that means you have the combination of the sales and the datings. And when you go for the 10 instead of the 5, the 10 advanced orders and the 10 in attendance, you're going to have an awesome party and be able to really pick out some awesome things. So that's what we're going to go for. So you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gifts from me. So just for doing that, along with your date and hold and other things. So when we open up your catalog, I wanted to make sure I got all your information so I can take care of you properly. So we have the date as Thursday, August 30th, and then we have the time is 6:30. I have your name and address, phone number, city, and email. Could I get your email, please? Thank you. And then home number, cell number, work number, and then I'm figuring you want me to Tupper Connect, but I need to ask. Tupper Connect is where I go in and I'm setting up your party tonight when I get home, or first thing in the morning, depends upon if I go home and there's something happening. But my plan is to do it tonight. And then I use your email and it connects to my website. So all of your friends and family, anybody who cannot attend the party, but they're email friendly or Facebook friendly, you can email them the email link and it goes to your party in my website. So the Tupperware goes right to them and you get host credit. And the Facebook event that I'm going to set up for you, I will post a Facebook friendly link in there. And anybody who's more of a Facebook person instead of email, they can hop on that link and they can see what's going on before the party, or they can do their shopping that way. So Tupper Connect, yes. I have had gals get, I had one gal get $700 in advanced orders through Tupper Connect. It was awesome. She doesn't even pack out and deliver or anything. Packing out and delivering is pretty fun. All the Tupperware comes to you and you get to kind of see what everybody ordered, and that's always fun. But when you're having a super huge party, it's kind of nice that some of the orders go, even hers were coworkers. So there were people that she saw, let alone people that are out of town. So it works out really great. And then Facebook event. Is that okay that I set up your Facebook event? Great. If you could friend request me, my face is my profile picture. Because sometimes you all, when I look for you, you're a flower or grandchild or something. So I always ask you all to friend request me. I will accept, and then I'll go in and set up the event, make you the co-host. I'll put all the pictures and the videos and everything, and then all I need you to do is invite people. Invite everybody you can think of who would like to be included in this, and then if you could instant message some of them, give that little personal touch, call some of them, text some of them, because sometimes we get invited to so many things, and if they see that they have so many people, that are invited, and then really they kind of think, oh, I don't need to go because there's so many people attending. So if you could do that, that would be great. So now we have given you your packet, and I'm going to fill out the rest. I just want to go over the menu. I know that you really enjoyed tonight those forms, and I didn't know if you wanted me to make something in the forms or something in the grill. The grill is really popular right now because it's new to so many people. And then there's also, of course, a pressure cooker. The multi-cooker is on sale, so that's a great one too. Multi-cooker. Okay, let me put down the multi-cooker, and then we will go from there. I'll email you a couple recipe choices, and you let me know which one you want to make, and then you just pick up a few ingredients, and I do all the rest for you. I come in, I set up, I make a little bit of a mess in your kitchen, but I clean it all up before I leave. So all I ask from you is that I have both your kitchen sinks and your counters so that I can go ahead and set everything up so I can prepare for cooking. That would be great. Thank you. And then I see that you live out in Spanish Springs. So I'm going to go ahead and Google your address, but I'll be checking with you as to making sure that I have, Google's not always correct. So I'll make sure that we're on the same page and I actually find you. And then thinking about your family and friends, who are the first couple people that you can think of that will be the ones who date parties for you? Okay, so we have, and who is Sue? She's your sister. Okay, your sister. And then Janice. And who is Janice? A coworker. That's awesome. Even if they can't come, make sure you include an invitation for them not only to purchase but to date that party, because everybody comes to the party. I will be able to go over all the host options for them and what it means for you. But the ones that I don't have any contact with, that's up to you. So if you could do that for me, I'd greatly appreciate it, because the more datings we get, the better off you'll be. Now, is there anybody else you're thinking of? Okay, so if you think of someone else, let me know. I'm going to put that on here, okay? So I got that. So that paper goes with me. Now, if you're thinking, I know we were looking at the catalog, and you were really interested in the host gift special, the 17-piece Treasure of the Sea, which is why we're having your party next Thursday. We want to make sure that in addition to this, we can get you anything else you might want. This one here is just $75 in host credit, which is $500 in sales and 2 bookings. So whether it's those 2 that I wrote down, your sister and your coworker, or somebody else. Now, with the $75 in host credit, you would also get your date and hold gift like I went over, but I want to make sure you saw that. You're going to look on page 7, and you're going to get to pick out one of these when you just have 175 in sales. You're going to get one of these for free, and then this reminds you that your host credit and also your half-off items depend solely on product sales. So that 500 in sales, you're going to be in the middle category, and you're going to be able to get 2 half-off items. Now, half-off items always come out of this catalog, and the only couple things you can't do is you can't take the purchase off the back. You can purchase that, of course, but it can't come out of your free or half off because it's a purchase of the purchase. And the other one is that Boys and Girls Club that I went over, because we are raising money for the Boys and Girls Clubs. We can't use that for free or half price. Otherwise, you can take the cookware, you can take the grill, whatever it is you'd like. So that's your option there. Now, with going towards the 10 advanced orders and the 10 in attendance, we really could see you getting a couple host gift specials. So whether you're wanting 2 sets of that to really go crazy with all the bowls, or if you'd like to add that fresh and cool set that I had a sample up here tonight, that is another option for you, because with the 2 datings and the sales, you could get the Cervelier set and you could get this, or you could get that beautiful set from the new catalog, which some of your friends were kind of Googling over, and I know that is what John and his wife wanted, and it's that beautiful set. And that one is just $500 in sales and 2 bookings also. So with $1,000 in sales, you could get this set, you could get this set. You know what's really cool about that? When you hit $1,000, you get 20%. So this would be $150. You'll have $200. So you could get both of these sets for free, plus have a $50 shopping spree out of either of the catalogs, whichever you choose, right? And then you get 3 half-off items. So going for the 10 in attendance and the 10 advanced orders, that's going to be huge. Now, thinking of doing that can be a little bit overwhelming sometimes, so I have something that helps you out here. It's kind of like your roadmap. It's your 40 and 4. So the 40 and 4 is just thinking of 4 people in each of these categories: relatives, friends, coworkers, past or present, neighbors, church or social groups, people you do business with, like your bank, your salon, people who have invited you to a home party, spouses, coworkers or their spouses, prior coworkers, contacts for your children, PTA, sports. You just think of 4 people in each category. That is 40 people. You might not have 4 in each category, but you might have 10 in one of them, or you might have a whole different category depending upon, you know, all the curricular activities you and your family have. And then not talking about all the relatives and things, because I know you're relatively new here to this area. So where you lived last time, remember, you can tap or connect them. You can tap or connect them through that email link you can send to them, or through the Facebook event that I'm going to set up for you. So as long as we have $175 that I personally get and key in for you, you're going to connect all those Tap or Connect orders to that party. So you have to make sure that you don't get like Tap or Connect orders from your next door neighbor, because we want to have that one in my hand to key in that way, because you need to have that 175 for all those Tap or Connect orders to connect to the ones I key in, so you get credit for all of them. And I'll remind you that a couple times, because it's a little bit different. Then we have for you, I know that you didn't go, oh, I want to join your team when I was talking about it, but you were perking up and asking about the car and stuff. So I have a couple papers for you to look over, and I'm happy to answer any questions you have. But this just is kind of like a tic-tac-toe, and it kind of goes over some of the things that we find are most appealing to people who are thinking about doing something outside what they already do in their family and other activities to bring in some income. So one of them, so if any of this applies to you, would love some extra income, would like to learn and share new recipes and kitchen tips, love people and have a serving heart, you want to make a difference, would like free training, there's sales, meetings, online training, conference calls, hands-on training with your upline supervisor. There are flexibility, set your own schedule, put your family first. There's Love Tupperware, would like to update your own kitchen with a privileged discount, 25 to 35% off year-round, and discount also applies to sale priced items, and then that's not even counting sampling. Sampling's awesome. I love cash, product, awards, trips, incentives, and surprises. Career advancement with unlimited earning potential. Over $1,800 in bonuses available during your first 13 weeks in business. Mind-blowing. I know. Would love to make new friends and have personal growth and me time. I know when I joined 30 years ago, I joined just to show people I couldn't do it. I was going to get in, do my 6 parties, then I was going to get out. And that was in June of '88. And I've had so much personal growth. I've met so many friends. I've been on over 20 trips. I've driven a company car since 1989. I've always paid our household bills with this income. So I know it's done for me and my family, and I would love to share more with you if you would like it. We can do it before your party because your party is next week. We have a meeting on Tuesday, a little sales meeting where we do cooking, give out prizes, teach games. And I would love to have you attend that too. So I'll let you think that over for a minute. Well, it's really nice as it goes over how much it costs to get started, what we kind of expect of you, what you can expect from us. And at the end of the 13-week trial, try it for a couple months, see how you like it. We really ask you 3 questions. Which option would you like? Option 1 is you had a blast, you made some money, made some friends, but you really want to go back to being a host. That's fine. Option 2, you made some money, you had made some friends, you had a blast, you really kind of want to sell to your family and friends and do maybe 1 to 2 parties a month. That's fine. Option 3, you want to be me. That's fine. So do you want to make a career out of this? Do you want to go back to being a host, or do you want to be real part-time? Really, the correct answer is the answer you and your family come up with at the end of the couple months of trying it out. So if you get excited and you decide to do this, the say yes offer that I went over tonight would apply to you, and you would still have time to get the activation offer too. So I'm just putting that in there. Now, as you're collecting orders, please, I always ask you guys to please call me, email me, text me, instant message me, any which way, because I love to write the orders for you. I actually key them in, and I take a picture and I text it to you or instant message you or email it to you so that you can show the person placing the order. I know it's correct. She knows it's correct, and she knows how much she needs to pay. She can either call me with a credit card, she can give a check or cash to you, whichever you prefer. But I do put in 8 little order forms, so if someone wants to see how the shipping works or they want to fill it in themselves, they can. And then that night I take these from you, I key them in, and I still print out those copies for you so that all of your guests have a receipt, and then you have a copy of everybody's order that's coming to you. So when it comes in, you know what they're getting, and it makes dividing that stuff up really easy. I also include poly bags so that when you're packing it up, you're not running around looking for Walmart bags. You have the Tupperware bags to put them in. So we have that for you too. So thinking about all this, seems like a lot, doesn't it? But you know what? I really want to help you get. That helps get special. Now, if this were your party and you had a perfect party and you were closing tonight, would you want to get just the Cervelier set, or would you want to get that Cervelier set and that beautiful gold with the stemless wine glasses entertaining set? Would you like to get both of those for free and have $50 in pick your own 2 and 3 half-off items? I know, right? Okay, so what half-off items would you take? Let's go ahead and let's mark up your catalog. Remember, this is yours. We're putting your name right on it. Okay, Ellen. So it has your name on it, has a date, and let's circle some things in here. I don't want this catalog back. I want to see this catalog papered through. I want you circling things and knowing what you want, and also knowing that I'm going to do my very best to take care of you. The only thing I ask from you is that you invite and remind, and that you help me out with the Facebook event, maybe posting some things, or like I asked, and shared, maybe instant messaging people, calling them, texting them to get so that they know you really want them there. Because sometimes we get invited to so many things that it really is overwhelming. And I always figure if they don't always call me or reach out to me, they don't really need me there. They're just hitting invite everyone. So sometimes I hear that in the field. So if you really want some of them there, you want to make sure you reach out a little bit and extend that hand. And what did you like best about tonight? Oh, you like the prizes the host got. All right. So I want you to share with everybody when you invite them all the fun that you had at this party, and that what you really liked about seeing John get all those prizes, him and his wife. So as you invite people, think about that. Now remember, I'm about an hour. So your party is set for, 6 o'clock? 6 o'clock, so I'll be there about 5:30, and we'll start at 6 o'clock. And if you want to start on time so that you and your friends can have a little bit of, more shopping time, I'll do an on-time drawing at 6 o'clock, 6:01, as long as we start on time. Deal? Okay. So we'll start at 6:01, and I'll go till about 7, and there's plenty of time for them to table shop, for them to eat the recipe that we've done. And I really encourage you to, with the multi-cooker, we're doing a Weight Watcher meal, probably, because those are the recipes I give to you, So you might want to have a little bit of something sweet for dessert, and then call it good. Because the more food and everything that you do not only puts a little bit more pressure on you, but it puts pressure on the guests who are attending for dating, because they're thinking, oh no, I can't do all this. So we like to keep it really simple. What I envision for you is that you're sitting down, you're having fun, you're enjoying your friends. I'm cooking for you, I'm cleaning up, I'm serving you, and I'm taking care of you and your friends that night. And you're just sitting there relaxing, looking beautiful, and having fun with your friends. How's that sound? An hour of relaxation? Okay. Thank you so much. I am honored that you're inviting me into your home, and I am going to do my very best, take very good care of you, and make sure we get both of those selections for you. So thanks a bunch, and I'll be in contact soon. Okay, thanks. Bye. Okay, so that's party planning. Someone who was at the party and they saw what was going on. So you'd want to tweak it a little bit if they weren't at the party. But really, a couple of things I want to go over with you. Why I get all this information is because sometimes, and I've sent it to the business leaders before, but I'll send it again in case, because sometimes we can't find things. Imagine that. I want to make sure that I do everything correctly. And when you're new, you're thinking, what am I supposed to be doing? You want to offer Tupper Connect. You want to offer the Facebook event. You want to, I don't just circle these things. I write down the date that I do them. So I didn't send her the packet. I gave her the packet on 8/24. I sent her the thank you card, hopefully on 8/25. Gave the host ingredients, hopefully 8/25, because you want to give her time to get them, especially when you have a party date and so close. And then received the guest list, the Evite, the host letter, whatever it is we're giving them. When did I get it done? If I'm mailing reminders or setting up the Facebook event, when did I do that? I'm calling a week prior to the party. Well, this is really a party that's in a week, so I might wait a couple days and call 3 days prior to the party. Call the day before the party. Is the party held? Follow-up call, close the party, place the order. But what I like about this too, it talks about party results. What were the sales at the party? What were the sales in advance? What were the attendance? What were the datings? What were the recruit leads? Why is that important? Not only for you, but for your upline to help you. Because sometimes you'll call us and you'll go, oh man, I had a $1,000 party. And we're thinking, rock star. What you didn't tell us was that there were 10 people in attendance. She had $800 in advance, so you sold $200 to 10 people. Now, that's not terrible. It's below the average order at a party, though. So we know we need to help you with demonstration tips and things like that. But if we just hear $1,000 party, we're like, oh, she's got it. She's on fire. She knows what she's doing. So that really helps us to help coach you to where you want to be in this business. And then I also like at the bottom, it talks about the menu items. It talks about notes, like maybe I'm going to write that she had her daughter with her or something, some kind of notes so that I remember who the person is. Because sometimes you date out 2 or 3 weeks and you're like, what that fail look like? Especially if you have several parties going and you have a life. Directions to her place, and then dating. And it's good to write down all the information on the datings, because then you know exactly what happened at this party. When you go to redate her, you know what happened, what type of a party she had. So fill in all the blanks. It's for you. And then here, recruit leads, and also how did you make money? You need to know how much money you made at every single party. So it says total payments that you received, how much it was cash, how much it was check, how much it was credit cards, and then how much did Tupperware charge you? What's the difference? The difference is your profit. So you know how much you made at every single party. That's super important to know that, because your family, until you're making good money, sometimes your family is not as bought in on the Tupperware opportunity as you might be. But when you can show them how much money you make per party, and I always share, you'll have a $1,000 party, you'll have a $40 party. But as long as your party averages $500 in that ballpark, you're making $125 per party. That is not bad. That is not bad money for the time invested, right? Is what I do after I party plan someone. I come home, and if I'm not too tired, if I'm too tired, I don't do it. I do it the next morning. Otherwise, I do it that night. and I key in everything in, and I get her Facebook event set up and everything. So I ask them to Facebook request me right then so that I know it's done. I accept, and I can go make up that event for her. I want to know everything's going that I can do. Because if a party cancels or rearranges, I ask myself, what could I have done better, right? And I look on here and I see, oh, I didn't send her a thank you note. Oh, I didn't get her I didn't get a guest list from her. Oh, I gave her the list of ingredients the day before her party. So sometimes it's them, sometimes it's us, and sometimes it's just something terrible happens. But as long as I know it's not me and I did my best, I'm good to go. Now these, once I get home, I take and I put them on envelopes. So these are the parties I've held this year, and every month has a different color envelope. So how many parties do I hold depends upon my travel schedule and everything for each month. I put them all in there so that when they're filed, I can look and I can see how much did I work in January versus February versus whatever. So I know when I was working and when I was not. So and your paycheck will reflect that. So that really helps you to be accountable to yourself. So that's why I had that in there. This, I feel, is super important. I feel like it's their roadmap to success, because you can't just find out what they want. I want that Cervelaire collection. Okay, you go, girl, because that's not helping anybody. They need to know, how are they going to get there? 5 to 10 advanced orders, 5 to 10 guests in attendance. Who are we going to invite? What areas do we have to pull from? Because if you've done parties, you know that a lot of times they will say, I don't know anybody. And in that moment, they don't know anybody because they can't think of anyone they know. You can't always ask, take out your phone. How many contacts do you have? But sometimes it's a lot of doctors or past things. So you want to make sure that you start jogging their memory right then and get them going on their guest list. I love this, because if they didn't say yes to joining my team when I was talking about it, hopefully they'll have a chance to go over this, and I will remind them. And one of those phone calls I'm making, hey, just calling to see how you're going with emailing out the email link. Hi, just calling to see if you got a chance to go on the Facebook yet. Event and instant message anybody. Hey, just calling to see if you had a chance to look over those papers, because if you filled them out already, you want to make sure I have a gift to give you in front of all your friends. So it's good to know you're going into a grand opening. I like to know before I get there, right? Okay. Then I do these because I was finding everyone was filling out my order forms wrong, and then I was having to toss them all away. So I prefer to key them in. I can read that, they can read that. No one has to try to read anybody's writing. So I give them this because it's only 2 copies, but it's 8 order forms. And they can use this for advanced orders, or they give it back to me at the end. What's really nice about this, I want them to use all these supplies, but whatever they don't use, I take back and I recycle. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Tupperware's been doing that for years, and so have I. So party planning. You want to make sure that you find out that they know that you are honored that they're having you into their home, because it's a big deal. That you know what host gift they want, that they have a date and a time and a recipe. If you don't have a date, a time, and a recipe, you probably don't have a party. And with my 5-star host program, I just use, like Cheryl Smith has taught, the dating gifts. So what are they getting from me? They're getting 5 dating gifts. Whether they're the bag, whether they're the little fresh and cool containers we have now, whatever it is, that is what they get. And they're always thrilled to get them. It's how you make a big deal of things. The smaller the gift is, the bigger of a deal I make out of it, the better of a demonstration I do on it. So, party planning, a date, a time, a theme, get them Tupper connected, get their Facebook event out there, and send that thank you note. And I got this from one of Tim's guys. I don't know who he was. I'm so sorry. I can't think of his name. He sends a big thank you note, a big piece of paper, like this big. I do half that. I thought that was a great idea. So I got some fun envelopes from the office store, and I do cardstock, and I just print out 2 because no one wants to try and read all my writing. So I do 2 per cardstock page, but it's just a cute thank you note. And when you're writing a thank you note, what do you want to thank them for? You want to thank them for dating. You want to thank them for helping out that previous host, or for stopping by the farmer's market, or wherever it was you met them. You want to remind them of the date and time of the demonstration. You want to remind them of the theme, what's the recipe, and you want to remind them of what is it they want for free. So thank you, Ellen, so much for dating your demonstration off. John, you really helped him to pick those awesome gifts. I'm so excited about your party at 6:30 on Thursday the 30th next week. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see you next week. We're going to be able to really work on, well, I wouldn't say that. I would say I'm very excited to help you earn the 17-piece Cervelair collection, and also that beautiful gold serving set. The beautiful set, and with those 10 advanced orders and the 10 in attendance, I know we can get there. Thank you. Let me know how I can help you. That type of a thing. So I kind of type that up. You can put little pretty pictures and stuff on there. And then when they get a big envelope from you, some stickers, they notice that. And if you have people like I do who are younger and don't always check their mail, I text them and say, I mailed you something. So, so they're looking for it. So, do we have any questions? Because we had a couple people join late. So I went ahead and I just kept going because no one was on. So we recorded this. I'm going to be posting it for the business leaders in Fast Track, and they're going to be posting it for you all. So, but did anybody have any questions? In the chat.
Do you happen to have handouts of what goes in for the hostess and like those checklists and everything?
I do, and I've given them to the business leaders before, but I'm going to give it to them again.
Okay.
And I'm going to write down who is on here. Now, Stephanie, who's your business leader?
Ellen?
Oh, yay.
Yeah, I saw this posted late, so I was like, well, I'm 15 minutes late, but I'm getting on anyways, because this is where I really need to focus.
Oh, good.
In that hostess coaching.
Good. I hope this helped you. Or Linda, who is your business leader?
Alan also, and I also saw it late when coming home, so I jumped on as soon as I walked in the door.
Well, good. I'm super glad that you did, and she had me record this, so she will have it to post for you guys. Okay? So I'm going to say thank you very much.
Catch up on it.
Pardon?
I said that way we can catch up on it, and you put out so much information in there. It's going to be one of those good ones to watch over and over.
Good, good. Yes, and I try and talk fast. And normally I don't party plan for that long because a lot of the stuff, I'm at a demonstration, I do a lot of the party planning to the whole group so that I have to just fine tune it when I'm with that person. Like I show everybody what's in the packet. I show everybody all that as part of my demonstration so that when I sit down with them, I don't need to take a whole half hour because no one wants to give that. But I wanted to show you how it should be done. You don't always get that much time. That's why I got from Eleanor Gingler years ago, party plan the whole party. And then when you go to sit down with whoever dated, you can just get the date, the time, and the theme from them and go from there.
Oh, so you don't do it individual as far as the envelope only?
Yeah, I do as much as I can individual, but if you've done enough parties, sometimes they sit down, they're like, I've got to leave. And you're like, oh, they're not going to give you. I mean, I did a half an hour. They're not going to give you generally a half an hour, but you have to figure out how can you get all that information to them in less time. How I figured that out was I party planned the whole group. During the party, towards the end, I thank everybody for being there, and I say, you know what, everyone who's thinking of having a demonstration, helping out Stephanie, we greatly appreciate it. And everyone who dates is going to get a party planning packet. And inside the party planning packet, there's going to be catalogs and brochures for you to pass around to your friends and family, people who can't attend. And then inside, there's also going to be your host one. And you saw the gifts that I gave to Donna for being our host and keeping her original date, having her 5 to 10 guests in attendance. She had 5 to 10. She had 10 outside orders. And when she has her 2 datings, I know we're looking at some of you out there and thinking, oh yeah, but everyone gets this, and the host gets a special catalog because she gets a paper that we actually fill out so that I make sure I take really good care of her. She also gets a 40 and 4, because I know some of you are sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know if I know anybody. I'm going to help you think about who you know, because if you want to have a demonstration, I want you to have one too, and I want you to get what you want. I want you to have a great one. And then if you ever thought about joining our business, this is a great way to make some extra income alongside what you already do in your friends and family and other activities. And some of the things that I like to highlight is that the training is free. There's flexibility, family first, awards, career advancement. I don't have to die for you to take my place, which is pretty amazing. And at the end of giving it a try, we ask you 3 things. We ask you if you want to do option 1, 2, or 3. Either you want to go back to being a host, you had fun, made money, or maybe you had fun and made money, you don't want to quite do it full time, you just want to do a party here or there, or you want to do it full time, drive a company car and go on a trip to Hawaii. So you try it for a couple months, see how you like it. And then, of course, there's your catalog and your brochure, and then order forms that I show you how to fill out. So as you date a party, I'm going to pass around my calendar again. And as you date a party, find a date on my 3-week calendar that just is highlighted in pink for party and the time, and find one that works for you. Oh, you're going to date. Here, let me give you your packet, and I'm going to fine tune it for you. We'll pick out the date, the time, and the theme in just a minute, and I give it to them. I give it to them right there.
Okay.
Okay, we're just going to I'm just going to fine tune it. I'll just take a few minutes and fine tune it with you. Now, usually I tell them I'm going to take 5 and I take 15, but if they know I'm going to take a half an hour, they won't even sit down, you know?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so you guys all have to watch this 2 or 3 times because I know I talk fast too.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, call Ellen, give her a text, give her an email, and tell her I was fabulous, and you all have a wonderful and blessed weekend, and thank you for joining me for a bit of time on a Friday night. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Pamela.
Thank you,
Thanks
Pamela.
a bunch. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Did we pause or stop?
Sorry. Here I go.
We're okay. I'm making sure I'm pausing and stopping. Hopefully I